Now, hello friends, how are you? We did, in the previous lecture, we did the drainage system, that how did the system involve. Now we are doing the next type of a topic. The next topic is drainage pattern. As I already you know that what is the difference between the pattern and the system. System is how the river system has involved in a particular place. Why it has involved? Because there is some kind of a slope. The system may get adjusted to the slope or may not get adjusted to the slope. On the other hand, the drainage pattern, that is we are doing this topic, the drainage pattern means the arrangement, the spatial arrangement, the shape. How does the drainage or how does the river look like when we look it from the top or from the satellite? What does the river look like? Whether it is a rectangular, whether it is tree-like, whether it is bone-like, whether it is rib-like, whether it is leaf-like. That is the different kind of shapes taken by the river and how it is arranged in an locality. That is what is the spatial arrangement. If this is in North India, how does the river Ganga look like from the top? That how it is arranged in the North Indian region. So that means we can say the geometrical shape of a river, the spatial arrangement of a river in a particular locality is known as the drainage pattern. So what is the drainage pattern? Drainage pattern means, it means arrangement of a river or the geometrical shape of a river in a particular region is a drainage pattern. So we can say it is the shape, arrangement of a river in an area, is the drainage pattern. So the shape or arrangement of a river in an area is known as the drainage pattern. And now from the preliminary point of view, remember one of the important topics is this, that is what they will ask you the definition of different types of a drainage pattern. So the drainage pattern are divided as into trellised drainage pattern, into dendritic drainage pattern, the most common type of a pattern, into the rectangular drainage pattern, into the centrifugal, that is moving away from the center, radial kind of a drainage pattern, into the centripetal or inland drainage pattern, into the barbed drainage pattern and the parallel drainage pattern. So the different types of drainage patterns are the trellised drainage pattern, dendritic drainage pattern, rectangular drainage pattern, centrifugal, centripetal, barbed and parallel. These are the important patterns. I am leaving here 2-3 patterns because they are just a type of maybe the important type of pattern, and plus because this is not a geography optional, this is geography GS, so I am leaving out some of the patterns. Now here, as per the GS student, you are supposed to know the definition, some examples of the common type of pattern. Even in this, the most important ones which are commonly asked are trellised drainage pattern, dendritic drainage pattern, rectangular drainage pattern and parallel drainage pattern. These are the most important type of drainage pattern which have been asked in the preliminary examination. So coming first to the trellised kind of a drainage pattern. So what is the trellised drainage pattern? See, in the areas of mountains, we have already done that. In the areas of synclines and anticlines, obviously there will be a different kind of a pattern which will be which will be different in the terms of shape from the areas of the plains. So in the mountainous regions, that is in the areas of anticline and syncline, that is in this mountainous regions, this is an anticline, this is a synclinal valley. If we look from the top view, maybe the anticline like this and these two anticlines, and in between there is an synclinal valley, that is, this is the mountainous region and this is the valley, this central part of the valley region. There, the main tributary in such kind of a pattern, the main tributary flows from the main river synclinal valley region, that is it flows through a synclinal valley. This is the main river which flows, and the remaining tributaries, they originate on the sides of a mountain and they join the main river at around right angles, not the perfect right angle, but they join in a perpendicular manner. In the geographical, we can say somewhat at the right angles. So this is a kind of a drainage pattern. What we can say that this is a kind of a drainage pattern which develops in the areas of anticlines and synclines, where the rivers follow the slope of a land. Why they follow the slope of a land? Because the main river flows through the synclinal valley, while the tributaries, they originate and they join the main river at the right angles. So they follow the slope of a land. Now where will it develop? It develops in the areas of the fold mountains. It develops in the mountainous region. It develops in the areas of anticline and syncline. Anticline and syncline. We have studied in which topic? Fold mountains. So it develops in the areas of the fold mountains, where the tributaries join the master stream at somewhat right angles, or you can say at the right angles. Generally join the areas at the right angles. So what is the trilized drainage pattern? Again, see the revision. Develops in the areas of the fold mountains, that is in the anticlines and the synclines. The main river flows through the synclinal valley, while the tributaries join the main river at right angles along the slopes of an anticlines. Examples: where are the fold mountains? Each and every fold mountain in the world will have such kind of a drainage pattern. That is, the main river is flowing through a larger slope, through a valley, while the tributaries are joining it through the slopes. So this is an area. So what are the important points to remember here from the exam point of view? That is, they join in the areas of a fold mountain. You can get such an diagram also in the examination, and they may ask you what is this kind of a drainage pattern. You remember it is a trilized kind of a drainage pattern. So here it consists of, it develops in the areas of the fold mountains, it develops in area of fold mountains, what can we say? The second, it consists of network of master stream or main river, which flows through the synclinal valley, which flows through and the tributaries originate on anticline and join the main river at right angles. So it joins the main river at the right angles. Examples will be what? Examples will be all the rivers in the regions of fold mountains. Of fold mountains. So river Indus, yes. River Ganga, yes. In which region? Himalayan, in the Himalayan regions. Again, what are the most important points? Trilized drainage pattern, you should know that it develops in the areas of the fold mountains. In the areas of the fold mountains, there are anticlines and the synclines. The main river flows through through the syncline, while the tributaries join the main river at an anticline. They join the river at right angles. This is the most important, that is, they join the river at the right angles. Such kind of a drainage pattern, such kind of a pattern is known as trilized kind of an drainage pattern. Such kind of a pattern is known as a trilized kind of drainage pattern. The second kind of a pattern after this is a dendritic drainage pattern. The dendritic drainage pattern. Now this is one of the most common examples of one of the most common drainage pattern found in the world. Now look in the areas, maybe if you look at the alluvial plains, or take the peninsular India or the alluvial plains of India, how is the area? Extremely flat. What is the kind of a rock structure in the entire alluvial plain, right from Delhi if you go to the end of Bengal, or UP, Bihar, Haryana, Punjab? What is the kind of a rock? There is the same kind of a rock. That is alluvial soil. How is the slope? Is that when you are coming from Chandigarh to Delhi or from Delhi to Lucknow, you are passing over a larger mountain? No, it is a flat surface. You can say everything is a flat. That is why this area is known as an plain. And why it is known as alluvial plain? Because it has been formed due to deposition of an alluvial soil. What is the nature of an alluvial soil? The nature of an alluvial soil is it is a soft soil. And as a result, the river here does not meet any resistance. Or even if there is a resistance of a rock or the alluvial soil will be same in Delhi, it will be same 200 kilometers after Delhi, 600 kilometers after Delhi. So such kind of a drainage pattern which develops in an areas of an extensive flat topography or having a gentle slope, having same kind of a rock structure is known as a dendritic pattern. Now how it is the dendritic pattern, how the river will flow in this region? Just have a look at this example. If there is a main river which is flowing here, obviously this main river will develop a network of tributaries which will join the main river. Now this network of tributaries join the main river at different angles. Why? Because they do not have any structural control like anticline or syncline. They can have their own path and they join the main river at different angles. Similarly, the tributaries of this tributaries, Ganga, Yamuna's tributaries, Chambal's tributary, many other tributaries, they will also join this master stream they will also join this tributaries at different angles. So as a result of this, you will see this drainage pattern looks like a shape of a tree. If you can draw like this, it looks like a tree, somewhat like a tree. Such kind of a drainage pattern is known as a dendritic pattern or a tree-like pattern, because there will be further network of tributaries which will keep on developing in this region. So it is one of the vast major patterns which develops in the areas of an extensive topography. So what we can write, this is a network. It is a network where streams come and join the main at different angles. Where does it develop? It develops in the areas of vast and extensive topography. Having uniform structure of rocks, having gentle slope, and an extensive or in a large area, or it is found in an extensive flat surface. It is found in an extensive or a flat surface. So the tree-like pattern, it is also known as a tree-like pattern. It is also known as tree-like pattern. Also known as a tree-like pattern, develops in a large area. What will be the examples? The examples will be alluvial plain of India, that is river Ganga, Brahmaputra, then Godavari river, then Krishna river, then Kaveri river, this will be the examples of an dendritic pattern. So just look here, it develops in a region which is having uniform structure of a rock, vast topography. Now it develops in the areas having a gentle slope and which is an extensive and a flat surface. It develops in area where the network of the streams come and join the main river at different angles, and this looks like a tree, and therefore it is known as an dendritic type of an drainage pattern. Example is alluvial plain of India, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri river system. It is one of the most common drainage system found in the world. See, look at in your atlas, see the flow of river Ganga. Go to USA, the map of USA, North America, see the flow of river Mississippi. Use your imagination, it looks like a tree. So this is the dendritic kind of a drainage pattern. The third kind of a pattern is an rectangular drainage pattern. The third kind of a drainage pattern is rectangular drainage pattern. Now the rectangular drainage pattern, does it mean the rectangular drainage pattern? What does the word mean? That obviously in this kind of a drainage pattern also the tributaries will be joining the master stream at right angles. Therefore it is known as a rectangular drainage pattern. Now in this kind of a pattern, see here also the main river, it is formed due to the network of tributaries and the main river, where the tributaries join the main river at right angles. We did somewhat like this in trellis pattern. What is the difference here? See here, it is found when there is a network of tributaries. It is found in the areas when there is a network of tributaries and the main stream, but the tributaries here flow in the areas of faults or in the areas of joints. In the trellis kind of a pattern, the tributaries and the main stream used to flow in the areas of a fold. So the kind of a drainage pattern developed in the areas of faults and joints is known as an rectangular drainage pattern. So what do you mean by folds and faults? You remember your previous lectures of faulting. What we said, faulting represents the weak zones of the earth's crust. So the kind of a drainage pattern which develops in the weaker parts of the earth's crust is known as a rectangular kind of a drainage pattern. So look here, what is the rectangular drainage pattern? Look at the diagram here. See, I am showing in the diagram not the area of a faulting, but I am showing in the diagram the area of a well-jointed rock. In this, the main river will flow through the zones of weakness, that is through the lines of weakness, that is through the faults in the rock system. Now take an example of this flow of a river. For example, if the river is flowing through the joints here, the tributaries which develop, they will also come and join the main river through the zones of weakness. That is, does it look like, doesn't the tributaries here join the main river at right angles? Yes. If we remove this black color, won't it look as if the main river is flowing and the tributaries are joining at right angles? Yes, same to the trellised drainage pattern, but the difference is in the areas of joints, that is in the areas of folds. This is in the areas of a fold. This is one of the most common point in any kind of an examination, that is what is the kind of an rectangular drainage pattern. So here also you remember tributaries join the main stream. Main river at right angles, but what is the difference? The difference is, develops in the areas of joints, faults and fractures, but this drainage pattern develops in the areas of joints, faults, fractures, while that develops in the areas of folds, which means in this type of a drainage pattern, the tributaries or we can say the rivers follow the lines of weakness in the rock. In this, the lines of weakness in the rocks. So, you're getting the difference between the rectangular drainage pattern and the trellised drainage pattern. In this, the rivers follow the lines of weakness in the fault. If I want to draw this diagram, won't it look like this? So again, see here, they are joining at right angles, but they are different kinds of a drainage pattern. So now coming here, what is the difference between the rectangular kind of a drainage pattern and the difference between the trellised kind of a drainage pattern? What is the first thing? What is the similarity? In both kind of drainage pattern, the tributaries are joining at the right angles. But what is the difference in the trellised drainage pattern? The tributaries follow the slope or dip of a land, while in the rectangular kind of a drainage pattern, the tributaries are following zones of weakness or lines of the weakness. Second, if you look at the spacing of the tributaries, see in the trellised kind of a drainage pattern, the slope is uniform. The river can, during the heavy rainfall, there can be many localized streams which will come and join the main river in the different positions, or we can say from the different regions of the slope, because they do not have to follow any lines of weakness. But in this rectangular kind of a drainage pattern, the lines of weakness are determined by geology, by the lithological structure of the rock, by the faulting, that is by the earth movements, and generally these lines of weaknesses are at widely spaced. So the second line of a difference is in the trellised kind of a drainage pattern, the spacing of the streams is very, very dense, while in the rectangular kind of a drainage pattern, the spacing of the streams is very, very far away, or it is an open kind of a network in which it is not dense. So look at the two types of differences and the similarities. Trellised versus rectangular kind of a drainage pattern. What is the similarity? In both, the tributaries join the main river at right angles. At right angles. What is the difference? The first difference is found in the areas of folds. This forms in the areas of fold. Areas of faults. What is the second line of difference? Because it forms in the areas of fold, the tributaries follow the slope or dip of a land. What will be here? The tributaries follow the zones of weakness or the lines of weakness. And the third difference, as I already told you, the spacing of the tributaries. In this, they are widely spaced, while in the other, they are densely spaced. This is widely spaced pattern. This is a widely spaced pattern. Example, as you already know, see in this region, because the tributaries originate from the slopes, they can originate from any part of the slopes, and therefore it is more densely spaced. While in this region, because they follow the zones of weakness, they are obviously widely spaced because they have to follow this weakness lines. So the trellised versus rectangular pattern, similarity you remember and the difference you remember. Now coming to the examination point of view, if the statement is a kind of a drainage pattern in which the tributaries join the master stream at right angles but develops in an areas of slopes or in the areas of folds or in the areas of anticline and syncline, the answer should be, what is it? Is it trellised or rectangular? Now you have to look at the keywords. Right angles means it has to be between these two. But in the areas of anticline, syncline, folding, that means the answer is trellised kind of a drainage pattern. But if the same statement, if I take the word anticline and syncline and substitute it with fracture and fault, then the answer becomes rectangular kind of a drainage pattern. For example, a network pattern in which the network of tributaries and the streams join at right angles but develops in the areas of faults or develops in the areas of zones of weakness, then the answer is rectangular kind of a drainage pattern. So these are the two differences between the two different types of a pattern. And then obviously this is how the answer should be. Okay. The next kind of a drainage pattern is radial drainage pattern. Radial drainage pattern. See, in this drainage pattern, from the central mountainous region, which is like a mountain, which is a mountainous region, the streams originate from the central mountain, and because it is at a certain higher height, the streams here after originating, they flow in different directions. That is, the rivers after originating, they flow in different kind of directions from the main central dome or main mountains. That is this is a mountainous region, maybe 1000 meter, 500 meters, 300 meters, etc. So obviously the rivers will originate at a higher point and they will flow at a different kind, because the rivers here originate at a central high point and they move away from or they diverge from the central high point. Such kind of a drainage pattern is also known as centrifugal type of a drainage pattern. It is also known as a centrifugal drainage pattern. So the kind of a drainage pattern which develops in the volcanic regions, in the volcanic domes, in the volcanic mountains, in the areas of domes, in the areas of higher uplands, such kind of a drainage pattern, the rivers will move away from the central high point and therefore it is known as a radial kind of a drainage pattern. So what are the important points here? Streams flow from central high point in different directions. In different directions. Where does it develop? develops in the areas of mountains, isolated hills, single hill, domes, volcanic peaks. Volcanic cones, etc. Now give me an example. It is in India, this is a famous hill station. A state there is only one high peak, Rajasthan, Mount Abu, Rajasthan. During rainy season, the rain falls in the Mount Abu and the rivers originate and flow in the different directions from the Mount Abu central high peak. So example is Mount Abu. The country where there is an example of a radial or centrifugal, that means moving outside centrifugal kind of a drainage pattern, is Sri Lanka. And if you look at the map class in the Sri Lankan map, you will see that at the center of Sri Lanka there is a mountain and the streams originate and meet the sea in the Sri Lanka from the different directions. So if you look at the map of Sri Lanka, there is this central mountain here and the river originate from this central mountain and they move to the sea in different directions. So the examples are entire drainage pattern of Sri Lanka, Mount Abu, Rajasthan, is an example of an centripetal drainage pattern. So the streams originate from the central high point and flow in different directions. This is an example of a centripetal drainage pattern. Centrifugal drainage pattern. Exactly opposite of a centrifugal drainage pattern is see, if there is a high volcanic mountain here, crater. Now how is the crater look like, or if there is a depression and if there is a rainfall, obviously the rivers or streams will originate and they will collect in this and they will flow in this kind of an depression. So that means exactly opposite of an centrifugal drainage pattern, that is exactly opposite of a radial drainage pattern. In the radial drainage pattern, from a central point outside. Here in this kind of a drainage pattern, from all other points to a central point, the stream will converge. So kind of a drainage pattern. In which streams originate from surrounding high areas, from surrounding higher areas, and converge in a central depression. Is known as centripetal drainage pattern. And generally when the depression may be in the form of a volcanic crater, the depression may be in the form of a lake or a saucer-shaped topography, and generally such rivers do not also go and meet the sea. So such kind of a drainage pattern, you remember, is also known as inland drainage pattern. Such kind of a drainage pattern is also known as an inland drainage pattern. So what happens in this kind of a drainage pattern? Again, that is from the central regions, from the central, which are higher regions, all the streams converge and they come in and converge in a depression. Exactly opposite, just you can change the direction of an arrows from the earlier kind of a drainage pattern. So it is also known as an inland drainage pattern. What are the different kind of examples of this? One of the best example is Nepal Valley region. Nepal Valley is between the Himalayan regions. So the drainage pattern of Nepal, which is the most important river of Nepal, river Bhagmati. Past year UPSC questions. River Bhagmati in Kathmandu shows such kind of a drainage pattern. Example is river Bhagmati. In Kathmandu Valley. In the Kathmandu Valley region shows such kind of an drainage pattern. The other example is drainage pattern of the Tibet region. Drainage pattern of Tibet or Ladakh region is an example of such kind of a drainage pattern. Now where are the common areas? In the areas of volcanic craters, valleys, lakes, crater lakes, etc. Such kind of a drainage pattern will be seen. The centripetal or inland kind of a drainage pattern. The next type of a pattern is circular drainage pattern or annular drainage pattern. Circular or annular drainage pattern.